Hey there, and welcome to another unboxing of MPG 04 Suiken. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. The fourth of the 6 train bots that make up Raiden, the train combiner. At the time of this, I am just going through that Headmaster show. Very, very terrible English dub on YouTube. I am fighting, but I am doing it because I want to see these guys. And so far, it's pretty cool whenever they do pop up. Just like all the other combiners, you know, they seem big bad, and then, of course, the other combiners knock them down in one punch. Let's be honest, they all do that. It's a cartoon. There we go. Nothing else in there? Nope. Okay. Let's see. So, as with Masterpiece, we've got the instructions in the card. Pretty cool little artwork there. Of course, this is a actual Takara Masterpiece, so anybody who has had those before knows what to expect. Picture from the cartoon. This particular one is going to be the left arm. Not sure if they're actually interchangeable. I believe they're all in one, so I would say no. Dedicated left arm, dedicated right arm, because of the hand. But I will find out when I put him in combined mode just to see what he looks like. There we go. Alright, so get out the train tracks so I can pose him. He is the skinnier train tracks, like MPG 02. Oh, there's that fist. Which strikes me as odd that the trains have different track widths. There we go. Oh, a little bit popping out of the box. You know, that is, look at that. Can't tell if that's mistransformed or not, but that's probably where I can store his weapon, if I'm guessing. There we go. Okay, and yep, there's one weapon which folds up. Oh, okay, folds up kind of neatly. And then this, I believe, is the blaster for the combiner. Let's see, yeah, train bazooka is what the back of the box calls it. And oh, okay, it folds. Not sure if that's just to protect it or if there's a function to taking it apart. Let's see. It's got a kickstand. That goes sideways. The bazooka can transform a little bit. I am looking forward to seeing the point of that. I'll set that aside since he is not in combined mode. This would be his normal weapon that I'm just dropping all over my floor. There we go. Oh, and it does fold up. Well, that makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? I need to quit throwing things. But there we go. And it does come with a piece for the flight stand, because in the show, they fly. In the show, the train bots, all 6 link up, and they're basically used as a way for the Autobots to get to and from the global space bridge. It's one of those things, it's their purpose in the show, in addition to actually fighting. Kind of like Skyfire in the first season, and Skylinks and Omega, things of that nature. Okay, you do not want to stay on there. All right, there we go. All right, great. All right, it just keeps slipping off. It's probably just ever so slightly out of alignment, and that's fine. It is throwing me off, though. You see how it's thicker, then it goes to thin. But that is, yeah, it's at an angle. It's making me think it's mistransformed, but nope, that is right. All right, let's transform it. See what he looks like in robot mode. All right, and here he is transformed. His gun just tabs in there as Masterpiece figures do. I'll take that out in a second. Only thing about transforming him that is weird, that I don't like, this backpack attaches to a peg, right? It's a peg on the backpack, just pegs into the back. That really did not want to go. It was very, very difficult to get it in. I almost just wasn't sure if I was even doing it right. But it's got a little plastic clip, so you peg it in, and it's supposed to catch on that clip too, but it was very stiff. And then these chest pieces, they just slide in and out. But there's no lock with them all the way out. So as I was transforming them, I did that step, and then I kept going, and then I just kept accidentally pushing them in. But once they're out, standing and posing, it's fine. Oops, what did I just... Oh. Okay, I just unpegged his head a little bit. There we go. But very good detail, very good colors. I love the color scheme. He's very vibrant, especially compared to the other, the first 3 trainbots, like I said. So let's see. They've all got about the same kind of articulation. You can see a ball joint, so swivel side to side. That's as far down as you can look because of his shape of his head. But you can look up a little bit. I put the cannon on the side. You don't have to do that. It's just optional. Let me see here. There we go. You can also put it here if you just want it resting there, or you don't even have to put it there at all. So I'll just leave it there for now for purpose of this. So he has good shoulder movement. You just got that attached there. Will rotate all the way around. Bicep swivel. Really good elbow. Past 90, but single jointed. As with the other trainbots, well, 2 of them, 2 and 3, his hand, they're all just one joint and no thumb. Let's see. A little bit of an ab crunch. That's probably supposed to be part of the elbow for when he's combined. Do have a waist swivel. Soft ratchet, they go all the way out to there. They don't go, so you have a butt flap. If you release the butt flap, it still only goes back so far because that tiny little joint in there, it hits. And then all the way out. Knee up to 90. Because of transformation, you do have a lot of toe tilt because they fold up like that. And then ankle, you got a little bit. Not too much, nothing crazy. Just because of the shape of these trainbots, they are pretty limited. The second one, the one that's dark blue, Getsui, I think his name is, he has a trouble with balance. Not this guy. This guy is fine. For for the most part. Make sure I didn't go undoing anything a second ago. I think I did. There we go. Just had to get him a decent stance. And I found in the manual, so you can do a couple different things with this. The tab is so big because it's meant to be used with the combiner. Not much you can do with this individually, but both of these can be used as weapons for the individual robots, even though they don't have tabs. So it even warns you in the book that they don't have tabs, they will be loose, they don't lock in. But you can still hold them just fine. So, I mean, something. If you want to, it's all about choice. Using the wrong piece here. However, put that to the side. So you fold that one up, put that to a side, get that down, and now he can use the actual train bazooka. You just got to get it in there, which is easy enough. There you go. There you go. Boom. Bazooka. So that's pretty cool. And then you take the pieces apart and you can store it inside of him in train mode, which I'll do when I put him back to train mode. Right now I've got them all displayed as robots anyway, but there we go. Overall, just like the other train bots, it's great. Transformation wasn't too terrible. Couple of the others have some interference issues, but I didn't really get that from this guy. There were no points on him transforming where I thought that I'm going to break something. It was just the one peg for the backpack was difficult because you don't really have a lot of good leverage. Because, I mean, even if you separate that right there and you kind of bring out the joint, you see it's right here. It's difficult to get to. But aside from that, a little fist looking at me there. Yeah, aside from that, wasn't difficult. I wasn't stressed for this transformation like I was for 2 of the other 3. And yeah, I got 2 more to go before I can combine them in Raiden, and I cannot wait. Okay, I went ahead and put him in combine mode. Now I'm not combining him with the chest piece yet, since I am still missing 2 robots anyway. And I'm not going to combine the bottom piece that would attach to the left foot, because it just pretty much sits there. But at least here you can see it would use these 2 pegs to attach to the chest. Flap comes down, locks it in. Boom. Left arm. Lift up this panel, and this is the elbow movement we have. Not a lot, right? Look at that. That is the elbow. There's a little bit of a bicep swivel because it's just the waist of the individual robot. But with all this here, it's very limited. There's a lot of contact. If you're okay with stuff moving out of the way, you can get all the way out to there. But that means this isn't sitting how it's supposed to. Really all depends on what you're okay with. Because if you don't, it's just like with the hip flaps. If you don't mind moving things out of the way, you can get up to there. If you pull this back a little bit, actually, if you wanted to modify the transformation and transform this, flip this in, you know what, that might be too tight. You wouldn't be able to do that. Never mind. But again, I mean, swivel, if you pull it out a little, you can get more of a swivel. So it's not terrible. Knowing that there's a third party doing these bots, I'm curious what their take on it will be. I have no idea if that third party is any good. And then here's that big train bazooka attached. You can see it doesn't really grip it. It's just using that peg to hold it in, and the fingers are really just there for show. I mean, look at that. They're barely touching. Look, that's it. It's just pegged in. Now, the thumb has a joint there, and it moves up and down. But they didn't give it that second joint. And it would have been better to make it a ball somewhere in there as well, because now the thumb is always out like this, and it can never do that movement. Because you see it's still facing the same direction. You can't rotate it. Then you got these guys. They have 2 joints each, but they're long enough. They really needed that third joint. It works, but the way that the gun is set up is what makes it weird. Because they're just too long for the gun. Look where that second knuckle is at. Let's see. Try and show you with my weird lighting. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see it. Look how where that second knuckle is at in relation to the gun, that big gap right there. So it still works. And I mean, when it is holding the gun, it's fine. You know, I did find it was easier to attach that first, get everything wrapped around it. Yeah, see, that is as closed of a fist as it is doing. But anyway, you do that, then you attach the gun, and it holds it pretty securely. So I can't complain about that. The fingers look weird, and even with the elbow, you really don't get a lot of movement. When I get them combined, I'll have to check the shoulder. I can't quite remember if there is shoulder movement or not. Now these are a soft ratchet, but I can't imagine they'll be too useful. Unless the chest has a ratchet area, which I don't remember. I'll have to see again. So, either way though, there he is.